Good morning, Jeff Clemens from Okeechobee Livestock Market. Kind of taking my brother's place this morning. He's off with a needed rest for the week. Everything's fine though. He'll be back with you next week. We had a great run of cattle this week. 2,079 head for the week, which is up considerably from last week since the rain kind of knocked us off. But things are still good. Prices are still high. Everything's really, really good. Everybody's smiling when they leave here with their checks. I'm going to get these top prices off to you. First of all, and we had a calf, a little 240-pound calf, that brought $4.50 a pound. Brought in by F Cross Ranch here in Okeechobee and bought by D&S. And we appreciate D&S and F Cross Ranch both. That's a lot of money for a little old 200-something pound calf. It's crazy money. I don't want to own one like that. He'd die on me real quick. The cow market has been very good this week too. Hasn't gone down, actually a little bit higher this week. We had a cow that was brought in by Jose Guerrero out of Loxahatchee, Florida. And that cow was 1,270 pounds, brought $1.34, bought by FP&L. And we appreciate both FPL and Jose both. That cow, that's $1,400 maybe or so for a butcher cow. That's crazy, crazy money. So we had a great week. Prices are good. They called the calves maybe steady to $1 higher on every calf class. And the cows, they called them maybe $2 or $3 higher. And bulls are bringing big money too. We had a bull bring like $1.48 or something, I think it was. Just really crazy on the bull prices. So everything's good. I want to give a shout out to the people in Texas and Oklahoma that are going through this wildfire thing that we just heard about the last week or so. Our prayers are with you guys. I know we don't have any control with the weather, hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, what have you. We all have to go through it, and we are praying for you guys out there, hoping that some of those communities don't get hurt too bad. I've heard that a lot of that land has been burned out there before, but you're talking several 100,000 acres of good grassland that's going to be gone. And so our prayers are with you. You know, they had some rain here a month or so in these same areas a month or so back, and they had great grass. And now that it's kind of dried up, whatever sparked the fire, we don't know, but 30, 40 mile an hour winds, and they're in a bad situation. And that's North Texas, up around Amarillo, even northeast of there is where the worst of it is. So we hope you guys hang in there with it and holler at us if we can do something here, you Texas folks. The future market looks pretty good. We've got some crazy prices on some of these big calves here, as well as the little ones. But gosh, we got a calf. I was working the ring there Monday, 550-pound calf, bringing 280, 270. I mean, just really, a lot of money. And they're needing them. They're wanting them. As far as the packer end of the deal, the packers, they kind of manipulating us here back and forth. But their freezers are off a little bit. I heard about 10 or 11% down from what they're normally carrying in those freezers, the packers. So that tells me that this thing's going to hold up. They're going to need some more meat. Sure, the prices are still high in the grocery store, and I don't know that that's going to change in the near future. But we still need folks to eat that beef and help us keep those prices up. Our our imports need improvement. We're importing too much beef. So hopefully the government will help us out. I don't know about this government. Maybe the next one hopefully will help us out on that. But you know, even out west, these calves that are so high out west, we've got some calves here in Florida that are bringing dang near what some of those calves out west are. I mean, that's just how much the demand is. And you know, it used to be 10 or 12 cents difference because of the freight on these calves from here out west. And now it's like 20, 25 cents difference. So, and they're still bringing nearly as much as what they are out west. So that tells me that they're needing them, and that's going to keep our market up. The numbers are still down as far as cattle overall. And that's, you know, keeping the price up. But it, you know, it kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen if, you know, our numbers have got to be replenished at some point. Where are they going to come from? I know here in Florida, you know, we got cattle numbers still kind of going down. We got people numbers still going up. So it makes us tough here. You know, you talk to people all the time looking for a leased pasture. It's just tough to find. There's so much development. You know, but thank God for some of these conservation easements and stuff that some of these ranchers are putting in to retain that land and keep that wildlife, keep those cattle, you know, keep our forest, our water, keep all that as best we can. It's just been tough to do. You know, when land's bringing $10,000 an acre, I'm even talking about several hundred acres maybe be bringing that around here. That's a lot of money. And so if your kids are not interested in the business, you know, I hope they are. I hope the next generation or two sees what we need to keep here to keep the cattle business going, to keep our wildlife, our nature, keep the land like it needs to be for us to be able to produce food for the American people. So I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little pessimistic about Florida, but I think we're going to be in it for a while. I heard some economists say that as far as the cattle business goes, our livestock auction markets are very important. Especially here in Florida, we need price discovery, what they call price discovery. And that only happens when you have a sale every week and you know what these cattle are worth. The buyers know what they're worth because they come to the auction markets and they have a figure in their mind that they want to pay for. And maybe there's another guy sitting next to them who's got another figure. They start fighting against each other. Makes your prices be what they're supposed to be. That's that competition. So I was glad to hear that economists say that, you know, we need these livestock auction markets. And on that note, we thank you, the producer, for bringing those cattle into Okeechobee. We appreciate those cattle, and we know they're bringing good money for you. And of course, you know as well as we do that, you know, 10 years ago, we had the same thing happen. They got real high. That was 14. And then in 15, everybody knows what happened. The ball went up, but the ball came down. We're hoping this deal lasts maybe a couple of years longer than the last one did. That would be great. But thank you for bringing those cattle in, for trusting us with your cattle. And we're just happy that you're smiling when you leave here. Don't forget, we've got the internet sale going on here about every 2 or 3 weeks, our producer's cattle auction, where we sell your cattle off the ranch, a semi-load at a time. We've got a sale this week, got a couple of good loads of cattle that are wrapped up there in North Florida by our good friend Lent Gerald's. Shout out to him, he does a great job up there. Any of you people up at that area, you know, around Lake City, Williston, on up to the Georgia line, get a hold of Lent. His number's on our website, Producers Cattle Auctions. And those 2 loads are wrapped by him. They will be selling them Thursday. Big cattle that are weaned in their 6 weight class, and they're going to bring good money. It's pretty close to time to be looking at maybe contracting some calves. March may be a little bit early, but maybe not. A lot of cattle will be contracted in April and May. And then, of course, we have our big Marco sale at the convention. Producers will be there with a pretty good sale. As far as contracting your calves, get a hold of us. It's not too early to talk to us, see what we're thinking, maybe come out and look at your calves, see what you got. We'll try to help you put something together for the internet sale. We appreciate you on that. And don't forget the rodeo coming up next weekend here. The big Speckled Perch Festival in Okeechobee. There'll be a lot of good cowboys. A lot of them going to get bucked off because we got a lot of good bulls and horses. So don't forget to put that on your to-do list. That's next weekend, not this coming weekend, but I think it's the 9th or 10th or something like that. It'll be a Saturday and Sunday, I believe. You can check that out on the Okeechobee Cattlemen's Association website. Thank you again for your support. Hope you have a great week. Bye-bye.